everyone. Welcome to the next part in our series. Again, this is Student Story Week, so we are getting lots of different perspectives from students around the world who are studying around the world. So we're bringing a lot of really cool minds together in this series, and I'm so excited that right now we're meeting with Eden. She's a student at Black Hills State University, and we're going to be talking all about making friends and getting involved. So, Eden, thank you so much for being with us today. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is exciting. So, before we dive in, Eden, why don't you tell our viewers where you're from and what you're studying at Black Hills?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Eden Uraza, and I'm an international student here at Black Hills State University, and I'm from Nigeria. I was born and raised in Nigeria, and yeah, I'm studying at BH. So my major is biology, and I'm on the pre-med track, so I'm studying to be a doctor.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Ambitious. So you have a lot of years of school ahead of you, but it's worth
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah, it's
totally worth
definitely
it.
worth it.
That's awesome. And how long have you been a student at Black Hills?
So I came in January 2020. So I've been here 3 semesters, so that's like a year and a half.
Okay. Wow. So you
Mhm.
came right when the pandemic started. How
Yeah.
was that for you? What was that like?
Yeah, I'll say it was definitely not so warm welcome. Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I I had my semester only half a semester because we had
Hmm.
to go home, right after spring break. So, well, it started out all normal, but then it didn't end so normal. But then I still enjoyed online schooling, and the resources BH provided really helped, to make the whole situation more, bearable.
Awesome. So did you stay in South Dakota or did you go back to Nigeria during that time?
So, once the pandemic hit, I went to California with I
Okay.
have an auntie that lives there. So I just stayed
Okay.
in our house till the next semester
Okay.
started. Yeah.
Well, that's good that you had family close by to stay
Yeah.
with. Definitely not as far as a journey as it would be to go back to Nigeria. So that's good. That's a
Yeah.
positive. And hopefully, I think
Hmm.
now things are going to start going even more back to normal. I know South Dakota was always pretty good with the pandemic. And especially since you're in a rural area, I know there wasn't as much of like a high concentration of people. Um, but yeah, I know everybody's ready for life to go back to normal. So tell me, Eden, why did you choose to study at Black Hills State University? What brought you there?
Okay, so back in Nigeria, I went for a college or career fair under like Education USA, and there was and Caitlin from the International Student Office was a representative for Black Hill State University at a college fair. So there were different schools and different representatives from all over US. And yeah, so at that college fair I met with different schools, and yeah, I really enjoyed all the schools and all their representatives. But then Caitlin just stood out to me because she was like really nice, like extremely nice and friendly and welcoming. So she definitely reflected how life at BH would be warm and welcoming. So after my conversation with her, I just knew that this was my school and I'm gonna apply to this school.
That's awesome. Were you able to visit the campus before you showed up to start your studies, or did you just get there when it was time for you to start?
Unfortunately, no, because it's really expensive traveling
Yeah.
just to see the campus. So luckily I was able to see how like able to see a lot of pictures of the campus and activities, and I read up a lot about the school online, and I also reached out to like current international students to tell me about their experience, and a lot of them were really friendly. A lot of them sent me pictures of the school. A lot of them told me how life is at the school. So yeah, I was just able to get like know how it'll be as a student in the school from other people.
Yeah, that's really good advice, reaching out to other current international students to, ask them about it, especially if you're not able to make the journey to visit campus beforehand. I think that's a great way to kind of learn about what life is actually like at the school, not just what you read on like the university website
Yeah.
and those kinds of things. So when you
Mhm.
arrived, what was your experience with making friends? Like, how did that process begin for you?
Okay, so when I arrived, I was really welcomed by Caitlin, and so first at the airports, there were other international students there that Caitlin came to pick up, and yeah, we just that's they were my first set of friends. So we spoke a lot about how our journey was here, how many hours. um we spoke
Mhm.
a lot about our countries and like the cultural differences. So yeah, that was my first group of friends, like the other international students. But then I started, um my second friend was my roommate actually. She was very
Mhm.
nice. And
Was she
yeah,
international or was she
she
from the
told me a
States?
lot about her culture. She's from Idaho, so
Okay.
she's an American. Yeah, so
Interesting. So that was
when
probably an
I
interesting little
realized she was
exchange.
my yeah, yeah. When I realized she was my roommate, yeah, I was really happy, and then she really welcomed me. She was super nice. And then my other set of friends were my RAs, like resident assistants, are your best
Mhm.
friends. Yeah, so my
Mhm.
RAs in the dorms, they really were so accommodating, and then they gave me a lot of resources and told me a lot of, clubs that I can join based on my interests. And I joined a lot of clubs, organizations, and yeah, and I got to know more people then. And I also, in my classroom, like I'll do a lot of projects with people, and I just made more friends that way.
Yeah, it sounds like very collaborative. And I think it's so cool that, your first
Hmm.
friends were actually the people who were in the same like airport pickup group as you. And I think that's a
Yeah,
testament to Black
yeah,
Hill's approach with international students. It's so hands on, which is really, really special and just kind of helps ensure that you're going to have a
yeah,
smooth transition. So that's cool that, you made friends right
yeah,
away, right after you got off the plane. That's awesome. Um, but now, with that being said,
yeah.
did you experience any culture shock? Like, was there anything that was kind of challenging for you to adjust to once you arrived?
Yeah, I think there were so many things that were challenging to adjust to. Just stepping out of the airport, you know, out of the airport doors and being greeted with that cold. It's nothing I had experienced before because like the weather is so different. Nigeria is a much hotter, a warmer, and here it was so much cooler. And remember, I came in the spring, so the winter, the winter really greeted me, and yeah,
Yeah.
that was really shocking. I had never experienced such cold in my life, so that was the first, most shocking thing. And other shocking things were like the food. The food was like way different. Like back in
Mhm.
Nigeria, the food is like more spicy, but here
Mhm.
tend to get more bland. So that was
Yeah.
really shocking. I remember anytime I go to the Hive to eat, but the Hive always provides salt and sugar on all tables. So sorry, salt and pepper
Yeah.
on all tables. So I was
Yes.
able to
Yeah, you're
really
just dumping
utilize the
out those
pepper for
pepper
all my
packets.
meals. Um, yeah, yeah. So, other shocking things are like the interaction between professors and students. I see that it's more, open, and it's more they want to get to know you, and you're free to talk to your professors really easily and communicate with them, and like you're not scared to approach any professor. Back home there's more like, it's more firm, and kind of like extremely high, levels of respect. Here they respect each other too, but then it's more like open, and like easier to reach your professors. So I really appreciate that, because like anytime I want have a question, I'm not scared of like, I'm not scared of my professor. I can easily walk up to them and talk to them, and they're very, they have office hours and they're very willing to speak with students. So that was shocking, but then I still benefit
in a
from
good
it.
way.
I'm
Yeah.
grateful for that. And yeah, in a good way. Yeah,
So
so
I
I
have
think those were like some of the most shocking things for me.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are definitely adjustments, but not everything is a
Mhm,
negative. Some of them are like cool things to get used to.
mhm.
Now you mentioned earlier that you got involved in a lot of like clubs and organizations. Tell me a little bit about that. What all are you involved in?
Yeah, so definitely I got involved in clubs and organizations based on my interest and based on my, personal, values and things like that. For instance, I'm a Christian, so the first club I joined was Campus Ventures. So it's like a Christian organization, so um um that really was welcoming for me, because I found a group of people that, think like me and believe in the same things I do. So that was great. And also, I love science, and obviously I'm pre-med. So I joined the Women in STEM club, and that was
Oh, that's so
amazing.
cool. Women in
Yeah.
STEM. Tell me more about that. What do you do in that organization?
So
I'm
women in
always all for female empowerment.
well, there's some guys there too, so it's good. So Women in STEM, it's it's an organization that, empowers, well, women and its members to, get to love science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and just like promote, science in women, and promote just science in general. So we do a lot of activities, like we go on blood drives, we go to high schools and elementary schools, to catch them young, to just perform science activities and science fairs, and encourage the children into STEM fields and things like that. And we do a lot of science projects around school, like energy conservation projects, and just different projects to like encourage people to love science and get to know about science more.
That's really cool. And for our viewers, Black Hills State is really big on like research and
Yeah.
STEM fields and those kinds of things. So, for both men and women, but
Mhm.
especially for our female viewers, it's really cool to know that if you're interested in science, if you're interested in pursuing one of those STEM majors, you can get involved with an organization that's going to help you explore that more,
Yeah.
which I think is super, super cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you're involved in, or are those the main ones that you're active with?
I'm also very active in residence life.
Mhm.
I found out there's this joy and fulfillment in getting to lead where you live. So, as a full-time resident, there are a lot of things about the dorms I saw, and I was like, oh, I would love to, be involved in the leadership in the dorms. So I joined residence life. I was an RA last year, and this year I'm a senior resident assistant. So
Nice.
so yeah, joining residence life has been so awesome, because you get to set up activities for people in the dorms. You get to um interact with people, and you get to help people a lot, because I remember my RAs were of huge help to me, and just passing that on to other new students and other new international students has been really great. I'm also in the international students organization. um yeah, that has been really fun, getting to
I
meet
bet.
yeah, getting to meet new and current international students and just, doing activities with them and helping new international students adjust to life in America. It's just something that feels really rewarding to me.
I'm sure. I mean, you get to share your experience, you get to help them through that transitionary period. And I'm
Yeah.
sure they value you tremendously as well. And it's so cool about that you're involved with the residence life. And, some of our viewers, they may have never lived in a residence hall before, that might be a new experience. And it's cool to know that someone with your background as an international student, you're there and you'll understand and you'll help them get through those kind of awkward situations that arise when you're living with someone you don't really know. And especially if you're living with someone from a different culture,
Yeah.
I think you're probably a great resource to kind of mediate those situations that come up.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, I want to know, Eden, how has getting involved with all these different organizations impacted your social life on campus?
Yeah, definitely. My social life has, will I say skyrocketed? It's like much better because I get to meet people from different backgrounds and different beliefs and, just with a lot of people that are different from me and, just seeing like the similarities we share, has been really cool. And I've gotten to make like so many friends and yeah, uh I've gotten to like get help from a lot of people because there are a lot of resources on campus that people know about. So interacting with people is definitely a way to, make your life easier and, be more happy on campus.
Definitely. You have to put
Mhm.
yourself out there. I mean, that's how you're going to have fun and that's how you're going to
Yeah.
make friends and meet people. So,
Mhm.
Eden, to just kind of wrap up, do you have any advice for international students who may be thinking about coming to the US or specifically to Black Hills State? Any
Mhm.
tips or advice you'd like to share with them?
I'll just say, just do it and be really confident about coming here. And also, when you're coming here, um, just be yourself and just wish for the best. Just hope for the best, honestly. And like, I know there might be a lot of differences, like culturally, academically. So don't be intimidated or scared because I found out that I was really intimidated at first. Like, there's so much to learn, but in academically and culturally, and how to do this at the same time. But then it's gonna get better and it's gonna get easier. And also,
Exactly.
and also
Go
if you're
ahead.
coming to South Dakota, especially in the winter, please bring like a warm jacket. That'll help. A
Definitely
big and
come
warm
prepared,
jacket. Yeah,
especially if you arrive in the spring like you did
yeah,
when like winter is wrapping up. You want that jacket.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Eden. I really appreciate you sharing your experience. I'm going to pull Caitlin in, especially since you were talking so much about how helpful Caitlin was for you and how you guys connected before you even came on campus. So, Caitlin, thank you for connecting me with Eden. And for our viewers, Caitlin's the one, she's going to be helping you. And, you can see her smiling face. She's very friendly. So you don't need to be afraid. Just go out there, try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us today. My goal obviously is to help students, and I would love to help you, future students who are out there, to come study in the United States and have a successful experience just like Eden. I think she has shown us that you get back what you put in, and Eden has made a lot of efforts to have a really successful experience here, and the opportunities are out there. You just have to seize them and make use of them. So Eden, I commend you for that. Great job. I love seeing you succeed here and do well, and I can't wait to see where you go and what you can do next.
Thank you
Exactly.
so
I
much,
feel that.
Caitlin.
I feel the same way. It's so cool to see how you just like grabbed onto all these different opportunities and just how much that's improved and enriched your experience. I think that's awesome. And I think you're a great role model for other international students as well who arrive. So thank you both so much. I appreciate your time and we will see you the next time around. Bye guys.
Thanks
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.